white line. And it's showtime. Heat number 2, Daltons Sprintcars Summerslam. They all successfully make their way round. No sooner did I say that than Sean Ashton just got involved there. We had Gene Spooner go around. We've got one down the other end as well. And that may be Jacob McIntyre.
Well, I tell you what, folks, you didn't have to look far to see some action here. And what really happened there, Gene Spooner just got a bit slow going into that corner. And, of course, it was Stephen Taylor, who's always looking for the gap, tried to push him forwards, and he was shunted to the right, and Sean Ashton nowhere to go. And looks like Sean's jumped out of the car there. I can see plenty of clapping going on in the background. So good to see Sean getting out of that car, Warwick.
Yeah, well, Jacob McIntyre has taken a bit of while to get to them there. They were busy with the other one. I'm not sure what's happened here, but he's been lying over on the side. They just need to tip him back over, hopefully. I don't. If you've ever been in anything and get tipped upside down or hanging on a funny angle, it's not very nice for the old body. So the sooner you can get them back sunny side up, it doesn't matter if you've got a broken arm or a bleeding nose or whatever it is, you'll feel a hell of a lot better. So, yeah.
I actually agree with you, Warwick, and all sorts of fears come through when you've got no way of getting out. But hey, I'm sure Jacob's going to be fine there. Good to see Sean walking out under his own steam. Not too much damage there to his car. Good to see that it's at least upright, because that would have been a wing at minimum, and a frustrated Sean just coming to the infield right now.
Yeah, maybe inflicted a little bit of suspension damage on the car as well when the car did hit the sort of fence on the way up and over. But Sean Ashton, another one of these guys, just loves the big moment. Get the 88 car onto the infield.
What do you reckon, Warwick? Is McIntyre able to restart, or is that
I doubt it. These
squash wing?
Wings all gone, and I think Jacob was just, well, not sure what he's taking his helmet off, and the front end's had a fairly good shunt too, so I'm not sure why we haven't got a...
But they've been trying to get through the traffic, Warwick.
Yeah, well, no, there's no driver in it.
Oh, God.
Well,
so, I mean, you know, it's just... I need to go back to the infield and organise these guys.
Well, I tell you what, folks, Jacob McIntyre is one of the hottest sprint car drivers out of Invercargill, and certainly he's had some consistent results in the War of the Wings and the Sprint Car Summerslam.
Yeah, second in the points right now too. That should be no surprise.
Yep. And they'll be very frustrated, that team. Who knows how that accident happened, but we're getting these cars off the track.
Well, it looks like it's mobile anyway, so they're going to just push it off by the looks of things once they get a gap. But yeah, hopefully Jacob will have enough spares back in there to get back on the track later on.
Okay, we'll just get the 88i car sorted out. Already a couple of dead Marines on the infield there. Bailey Patterson didn't fire a shot in anger, really. The car fired up, and then he was on the infield. The 73 car of Sean Ashton with the turn 2, the exit of turn 2 there, getting up and over. The 88i of Jacob McIntyre. Field will form up very, very quickly, and we're going to go green anytime soon. Heat number 2 of the Daltons Sprint Car Summerslam. Bit of a reunion of sprint car drivers going on in the concrete box here.
They don't say much though, do they?
No, lots of crossed arms and furrowed foreheads.
Well, I tell you what, folks, if you want to watch a couple of flyers now, of course, we've still got Stephen Taylor there, and our very own gas man, Steve Duff Jr., 15C. He's got a pretty good draw there, and well, I don't know if I can say this, but Gene Spooner's not as quick off the start as some of these other guys, so Steve Duff Jr., he might be the one to watch.
All eyes on the yellow light eventually going out. One day we are going to unscrew them, unscrew a bulb or two. At that front row will be Jaden Dodge all on his lonesome. You know, I'm a big fan of them just closing gaps up. just a bit of quick remedial action, probably some oil on the racetrack there that they're quickly covering up, which means one more time.
Yeah, well, Matt Honeywell's team must be pretty relieved, because when I went through the pits earlier on, they just preheated the motor. It started to leak from the back of the water pump.
Oh,
and I saw Matt was lying under the car doing some technical stuff there, trying to seal it up, and obviously they have got that work, but I think their heart was in their mouths there for a wee bit.
Okay, we're in the starters' hands. Here we go. We're coming up to where the chalk line remains are, and we've gone green. Got Stephen Taylor looking down low. The seas did not part for him. So it's Jaden Dodge leading the way down the back straight. Big wheelie from Steve Duff Jr. in the 15 car, sitting there in second spot. Then we go back to Matt Honeywell. Connor Rangi looking for the run up the inside on the 35 Reberger's car of Gene Spooner. Stephen Taylor there or thereabouts. Here comes Dean Brindle in the black 22 machine, starting to cut a path through the traffic, as are Jamie Duff in the 19 and the 78 of Matthew Levisage. But Jaden Dodge is setting a hectic pace at the head of the field. Duff in second. Nice move by Rangi, sliding up there into third spot in the Daltons car, stealing that point off the 64 of Matt Honeywell. Then we go back to Spooner, Mean Gene Spooner, running the wheels off the 35 car as Stephen Taylor went by him. Spooner went out wide, left the door wide open, and that let Brindle through, and now Levisage. Here comes Jamie Duff, sort of locked in the back part of the field right now. It's a high-speed traffic jam in front of him. Jaden Dodge doing it well. Duff coming under a lot of pressure now from Connor Rangi. Duff goes out wide. Rangi looks for the charge up the inside. Nothing's going to stick for him. It could be a game of patience for Connor Rangi. With Matt Honeywell now in fourth, but he's dropped back somewhat from his earlier spot. Dean Brindle, the veteran in the 22 car from Kihi up there in the Waikato. He's the man that sits in behind Honeywell. Look at the next ones. It's the Duff man, Taylor and Levisage. Three of the best going toe to toe. Duff man has got the Procrete 19 car wound up, running the high line and starting to reel them in. Dodge just puts the 44 of Alan Chapman a lap down. Rangi looks locked into that second spot from Steve Duff Jr. Honeywell, Brindle, Jamie Duff, the 78 of Levisage, the 9 of Taylor. White flag going to come out next time by the 100% Fuels NPD. Start finish line. It is Jaden Dodge in that 7 machine. Takes the white. Rangi in second. Steve Duff Jr. in third. And all hell is breaking out behind him. You've got Honeywell, Brindle and Jamie Duff as the checkered flag flies for Jaden Dodge. Second place will go to Connor Rangi. Third, Steve Duff Jr. What a battle for fourth, fifth and sixth between Matt Honeywell, Dean Brindle and Jamie Duff. Matthew Levisage in there, Stephen Taylor, Gene Spooner, Oscar Harcourt, and rounding out the field, the 56 of Campbell McManaway and the 44 of Alan Chapman. Well, there you go, folks. 2 for 2 for the Christchurch drivers. That was Jaden Dodge taking out that one. What about the battles going further back in the field?
Yeah, they were absolutely desperate there. Every sprint car driver trying to make his way forwards, and this racing is outstanding, Ruapuna. There's not one place you can look on the track, but it's so exciting, and of course it was Jaden Dodge who took out the heat tonight. He'll be very pleased to do that from Connor Rangi and Steve Duff Jr.